Welcome to Design and Style Visibility Stories. Design and Style is a podcast for designers by designers, with co-hosts Dixie Willard from Dixie Willard Design and Rachel Moriarty from Rachel Moriarty Interiors. The Design and Style Visibility Stories are brought to you today by the Design and Style Visibility Lab. The Visibility Lab is the only membership group that focuses on the latest strategies and tools to help you get more visible while showcasing your specific brilliance. We've got weekly online office hours with both of us, monthly topics, in-depth worksheets, and exclusive monthly trainings. Today on Visibility Stories, we have Staci Nugent from Cincinnati, Ohio with us. Staci started her interior design business in 2016, and that business has now morphed into a design assistant business. And I don't know about you, but I cannot wait to hear more about that.
Hi, Staci.
Hi. Hi,
Welcome to Visibility Stories. We are so excited to have you today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is really cool. I'm excited to talk to you guys finally, besides typing on Facebook and stuff.
Right? I know. Yeah. Isn't this, I feel like it's real life. It's as good as meeting in real life.
It is. It's really cool.
So, Staci, when did you come into Design and Styles Group, first of all? How long have you been with us?
It's probably been maybe a year.
Has it already? Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I'm trying to think, I started joining a lot of the groups at the same time. So
yeah.
I think yours was maybe the third or fourth that I was like, oh, look at this group. Okay. But you kind of are quiet at first, and then you start then you realize, oh, well, I can ask this group that and that group that. You know where to go for different advice. So yeah.
That's awesome. Have you done any of the challenges?
No, but I did, because I've been slow. I did my first video, which was big for me. And then I've just started doing more of me, posting a picture of me, or going on Instagram and doing just me talking. I have not done Facebook Live or anything like that yet. I'm baby steps, I'll get there. Yeah. But it's really cool once you just do that and you're okay, I can do that. That wasn't so bad.
Mm-hmm. Did you notice your engagement was higher when you posted a photo of yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
such a big difference, right?
Yeah, because people want to see who you are. They want to know you, not just because your face is who you are, not just your work. So
right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we want to talk to you a little bit because you've done a recent transition or shift.
Mm-hmm, I did.
So share with us what you're doing now. I'm sure you're going to become even more popular.
Yeah, maybe so. But yeah,
Let us know what you've done.
Yes. I started my business when I had my son in 2015, and I was working full time at a showroom, and I was this is kind of hard. I'm leaving my baby, and, I really wanted to be with him more, and part-time just wasn't an option.
Yeah.
It just there or really anywhere it's really hard to get that.
Yeah, it is.
So I was well, if there's a way that I can do this on my own, I'd love to. So my husband and I, we made all these changes for me to be able to do this. And I feel so lucky that I can do that. So I started my own business and just took on a few clients here and there. And it was great. Actually to do that was great for me to see what it was like and what I liked doing in the business, what I didn't really like doing, and just getting out there, and finding oh man, it's not exactly how I thought it would be, but it's still you need to find out one way or another, and you learn a lot in that first year.
Yes.
And just, I could only take on a few clients at a time because of my son. Mm-hmm. And then I got pregnant with another son.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I just had him in July. So he's only 9 months old. So I've been busy. I have an almost 3-year-old and a 9-month-old. And I'm just okay, this is a lot of juggling. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how you mommies do it with little ones.
I don't know.
Running a business and little ones, that is so demanding.
It is. I mean, I yeah, we just get through somehow.
You've kind of found a happy medium, right? Something that still lets you do the design work you love and
Yes.
take care of the boys.
Yes. So yeah, because I found that like with 2 kids, I could kind of do it with 1 kid, but with 2 kids, I was like, okay, I'm trying to coordinate
I'm in
babysitters.
lockdown.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I've got to find somebody that'll watch not just 1, but 2
Yeah.
kids. And, clients would call me and I'd have to like, if they're not taking naps, I'm like, okay, how can I like talk? I've got to like coordinate that their naps is when I make these calls. And it was just really hard. So I like just randomly saw someone else like saying, I can do a mood board for you designers in one of the groups. Cause like, I'm not busy right now. And I was like, I think you're onto something. And then I just started thinking about it and I kind of threw it out there to a few designers and they were like, yeah, I could use your help. I'm like, oh, well, like I'm just sitting here, trying to make this work. Let me just do some stuff on the side for you. And I was sort of went into transition where I was juggling like clients and assisting designers.
Oh gosh.
And I guess like I kept teetering with the decision. I was like, should I like just kind of not scrap that? Because, I'd still take on clients right now, but
Yeah.
it's just right now in this stage of my life, I'm like, this just seems like the right path. And I kept like, it just kept coming up. I would try to just like, be like, no, I can do both. I can make this work. But then I'm like, I've got to pick a path. Like, I can't just try to be like, oh, I do this and this. It's like, you've got to like have something be your main focus. So I did that. And ever since I switched to just assisting designers, which I've now am officially a virtual design assistant.
Ooh.
So I just do, whatever the designer needs, like renderings or mood boards, floor plans, anything that either they don't have time to do because they're really busy or some designers
Or
are
they're
just like
me. I can't do a rendering or an elevation or and you should see me actually, Staci, if I have a floor plan to do, just a regular space plan, Dixie, how am I? I'm like anything that ties me to my computer, I just do not like to do.
Yeah,
so
and
that
that's
kind of stuff,
okay,
it's just not in my wheelhouse.
Right. I mean, and that's the thing is like for me, I kind of found that well, this is what I like. I like to do renderings. I like to do this work. I like to do the behind the scenes stuff. Like when I go out, it's almost like exhausting for me to do all the going out and meeting with clients because, well, then I've got to drop the kids off somewhere and by the time it's all said and done, I'm like, oh, like, I just want to get home and do the computer stuff so I can sit down and like be in my pajamas and work.
So, don't have to worry about anybody crying, needing another juice, anything.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's just like it's great when you find out what works for you. And I feel like we can all just help each other in that way. It's like I can help whoever's too busy to do that rendering or whoever doesn't know how or want to learn how. So yeah, it's like, and it's been really great because ever since I've been doing this, I've like had a consistent flow of business. Whereas before it was like, here and there. And I just felt like it wasn't working. And now I feel like, okay, this is working. I mean, I'm still like, it's still the beginning. So there's a lot still to develop and learn, but it just feels like the right path. So it feels right for me.
And you don't have to, when I started doing online interior design because I was working full-time as a banking officer. So you have to find the things that allow you to, do it in the margins of your busy day. And with 2 small children, that could be very late at night, because really that is your full-time job, right? Are you work from home?
Yes.
So it's, that's really, really, it's such a tough balance.
Especially when they're still not sleeping through the night sometimes. And you're like, you get to bed really late and then like an hour later you get woken up. It's like, please just let me sleep.
Yeah. No, I still have, I mean, my youngest is going to be 8 this month,
Yeah.
but I still have it because even though she's school aged, they have a lot of breaks. So her spring break, her fall break, her summer breaks, all of that. I'm just, I'm a work from home, so I'm the primary caretaker, and it is so hard. I really get thrown off the whole time, and so that's why I just like, wow, I'm so wow when I see you with 2 young ones building a business. I think it's so commendable. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I just am grateful for the help that I get, like my mom and my mother-in-law, and then the babysitter that comes over, and just like even my husband, like, hey, go work on your stuff. I got the kids. It's like, okay.
That's so awesome.
So
You
like
have to have
help. Yes, help is like, I couldn't do it without help. So yeah.
So how has just sitting here wondering, how have your visibility techniques changed as you've changed your business model?
Yeah. So I think so one of the things, like, I was thinking, like, the best advice I always try to give people is like, find your niche, because once you know it, then the visibility stuff is easy, because you're like, well, I know what to talk about now. I know what to say, and I know who to talk to. And it just all it all falls into place, because you're not trying to like go so many directions and you don't know who to target, and so you find that niche and you're like, these are my people and I'm going to stay here.
And how easy is that for you? Because they're designers, you're like,
Yes.
I'm a designer and my people are designers.
Yeah. It's really easy to work with people that think like you, and, you're not trying to relate to somebody who maybe, like, I'd have clients where I'm like, I don't know how easily I can relate to you, but if a designer is talking to me, I'm like, oh yeah, like, we have the same brain, so we know we're on the same wavelength. So yeah, for sure.
I love it.
Me too. So, okay, I didn't know that you did this until before the, researching the podcast. So what ways are you posting? Are you do videos? How are you in different, you said you were in different groups. Are you posting that your services, or how are designers finding you?
So there's still, there's some rules in some of the groups, so you can't like just
Promoting.
Yeah. But at times there's obviously somebody who posts that they need it. It's like, oh, well,
Right.
I'm on that, but one of the biggest ways that since I made the switch is because another thing with like visibility and finding your niche, like, well, now I'm posting on Instagram, like specifically what I need to post. And it's like, oh, like you put your hashtags in there, and then I already have a lot of designers that follow me and I follow them. So it's like, they're seeing that. And even people that didn't know me, like, will see a post and be like, I'll get a message and say like, wow, this is interesting. Like, let's talk. So just getting on Instagram has been a big one. And
so Instagram's your big funnel.
Yeah. Instagram and Facebook, those two are the big ones. Yeah.
So are you posting like, because I could imagine posting, some kind of rendering or elevation or whatever, or, mood board, and just be like, oh yeah, I helped a designer today, just kind of like those humble brags, like, yeah, this is something I did for a designer that, part of my services. I would be all over that, so I think it's great. Instagram's a perfect visual tool.
Yes. I think that's one of the biggest things is like you're scrolling through and you stop at the thing that really pops out at you. So it's almost like art to me, because I love like just getting in like Photoshop and just messing around with something. And, like I just did a blog post on how like Photoshop can help. And I just took like kind of a stock photo of a living room with a fireplace view. And I changed it. Like I changed the wall color and the tile on the fireplace and stuff. So it's like, and that to me is like, that's really
genius.
Fun.
You need to link that blog. You have to send us the link.
We're going to put it in the show notes, because that's
and while we're at it, what's your Instagram handle? Because I'm all over that.
Yeah, so it's my name, Staci Nugent Design, and that's it. So
wow, Staci, I'm so excited that we got to talk to you. That's amazing.
I know. I'm glad I got to talk to you guys. I love following your podcast, your group. It's just like a great group of And like the encouragement I got from when I was nervous to post the first video, everybody's just like, just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was like, that's just what I needed. Like I needed this little group to just tell me to go. So
yes,
it's been great. Yes.
So where are you posting your videos, on Facebook or on your website?
Both. So I made a video specifically for my website because I knew I needed like something in there of me just saying, like, explaining what I do and everything. So I put that on one of the web pages.
Yeah.
And then I posted the video to like Instagram and Facebook too. So now it's like on the website, which I hope like eventually I'll get better at this and maybe I'll make another one.
Yes.
But I think just getting it out there was important for me.
Starting is the hardest part.
Yeah.
It's because we are so visual that in our minds we can picture this perfect video, how we would see it play out, but it's so important to get the message out there.
Yes,
that is like the most important. And then as you get more clients and all that stuff, you just kind of like, okay, I'm going to do a video with this videographer this time or something like that, and just iterate as you go and pivot a little bit, so that's great. One of the things I love though, is that I feel like you followed your intuition, because I've done that before where like you said, somebody mentioned a mood board or helping a designer with a mood board. And then there was like, almost like it felt like an intuitive hit in you, like, something kind of, kind of like made your head kind of go, and then you just followed that path, which is always, the easiest way to go is just keep trusting your gut.
Yes, it really is, like, because I struggled with it. I was like, which way do I go with this? Do I, try to make both work? Do I try to just do one? And then I just kept coming back to it. And I listened to, like, I kept listening to different podcasts. I tried to find things that like other people, and I listened to one about intuition. I don't remember where it was, but it was really helpful. And a lot of Luann's podcasts were helpful too. Like, so I was going through that, and it's just like, okay, this person did this and they followed their intuition, and it's like your gut feeling that is the right move. So I think that's the biggest thing, is just trusting yourself, because you know what works best for you. And when you try to make other things work, it's just, and that's my dog. The kids aren't here, but the dog's in the background.
Hey, we get barking on this podcast
all the time. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Sammy and Sadie make their appearances.
Yes, they do.
Well, it has been such a pleasure getting to know you. I think our designers are really going to benefit.
Yes, I would love to talk to anybody.
Might be growing this business
a little faster than you thought.
Yeah, that's why I got a babysitter, and I'm like, all right, can you come over now 2 days a week instead of one? And she's like, okay. So it's just like,
that's wonderful.
It like helps everybody. Once you start growing your business, it's like you don't think of all the little things, like you're helping someone else's business, which that's another big thing with me, is I was like, I love helping people with their businesses. So like I get to help someone look better in their business. And it's like, that's so cool that I'm helping someone. So, it all goes around, and we're all just, it's great.
I love it. So do people work with you like on regulars, on one-offs, on like, how does it, is it just like, oh, I have this thing and I just can't do it for this project, or? Yeah.
So a lot of times it's just one thing, but I've had a lot of repeats where they come back to me after I did something for them, and they're like, okay, now I need this. But sometimes, if it's just somebody that's like really busy at the moment, but they're not going to be busy, in a few months, that's okay. I don't need you to like sign up for something and be with me all the time. It's like,
awesome.
Just come to me when you need me.
You are so amazing.
Oh, well, yeah. Like, I mean,
she's all, I am.
Well, not I'm amazing, but I mean, like, if I were a designer, that's what I would want. So I try to think of like what, like, you don't want to hire an assistant all the time. Do you? Then you have
with ebbs and flows in a small business, it's really hard to have someone on staff all the time.
So that's why I was like, this would be cool, because somebody could just say, I don't need you forever. I just need you for like this one job, or like, I'll come back to you when I have more. And that's fine. Like, I don't need like constant stream from the same person, because it kind of goes, I've been busy, like when one project ends, then someone else comes along and it's like I'm juggling it back, and so far I've been managing, so it's good.
Fabulous. Oh my gosh, Staci.
Coming to talk.
I'm so excited that you came on.
I'm sitting over here going,
I know, me too. I'm like, how can I make this? I'm going to be all over your website, watching your videos, following your Instagram. I'm going to be stalking you now.
Oh, well, thank you for stalking.
I'm sure I won't be the only one too.
Good. Yeah, I would love to talk to anybody who has questions or anything, because I think it's really cool to like communicate, the community that we have. I feel like it builds community, and I love getting to know all the different designers. It's like we're all unique, and it's just so fun.
It is. Kumbaya. Let's just sing Kumbaya.
Yes. And let's all meet up. If I ever get to go to High Point or anything like that, I'm like, when my kids are a little bit older, I want to like meet all these people that I've been working with. So yeah.
What area of the country do you live? Oh, you live in Cincinnati, no?
Yeah. So I live in Ohio. Yeah. So, like we have like a design center, but like there's not anything too close that's big. Like Chicago, I've been to Chicago's Furniture Mart, which was really cool. But I'd love to get out there and do a lot of the other stuff. It's in the future, and one day
it'll happen before
you'll enjoy this season of life you're in. It's great when your kids are little.
Yes.
Eventually, I've got one going into college this next year, and it went by like this. So
it does.
It really does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So enjoy. It was such a pleasure having you on.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Looking forward to like talking to you all more. And
yeah, we want to see you more visible in the group.
Yes. All right. Sounds good. I will.
All right. Thank you,
Staci.
Right,
thanks.
Bye.
Bye.